Hello, hello, hello. Okay, learners, now we have to discuss about Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. It is one of the important subject. If you are a Kerala collegiate PSC candidate or a BCom fourth semester student or a MCom student or a CMA or CA or CS student, you have to learn about Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. It is one of the important topic you have to understand. As nowadays, the chapter winding up has been deleted from the Companies Act 2013. Actually, now the Companies Act is Companies Act 2019. Companies Act 2020 passed, but Government of India had postponed the implementation of Companies Act 2020 due to COVID-19. Learners, therefore, now you have to learn about Companies Act 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. But you have to understand that the chapter winding up has been deleted from the Companies Act. Only the compulsory winding up by the National Company Law Tribunal is included in the Companies Act 2013. All other relevant provision relating to the winding up of company has been deleted from the Companies Act. Therefore, you have to understand that why the provisions of winding up has been deleted from the Companies Act. Is there any new act which enables the winding up of companies in India? Yes, the answer is yes. There is an act relating to winding up and insolvency of the companies. That act is known as Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2015. Okay, before studying about insolvency and bankruptcy code, learners, you have to understand that what is insolvency, what is bankruptcy. The two terms are not synonymous. Insolvency refers to a state of economic distress, while bankruptcy is a court order that declares a person or an entity as insolvent. But in England and Wales, the position is quite different. In England and Wales, it is governed by the Insolvency Regime and Act, while if it is an individual, it is governed by the Bankruptcy Act, while if it is a body corporate. Learners, therefore, please understand that there is a difference between insolvency and bankruptcy in England and Wales. Then, now you have to understand the legal framework for insolvency and bankruptcy in India. You have to understand the history began Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Various laws have been passed since independence to deal with the insolvency and bankruptcy cases in India. What are the various laws which have been passed since independence relating with the insolvency, winding up of sole trading concern, partnership firm, cooperative societies, joint stock companies, limited liability partnership, etc. Learners, insolvency of individual was deal with the Presidency Town Insolvency Act 1909 and the Provincial Insolvency Act 1920. For partnership, insolvency and bankruptcy process was framed under Indian Partnership Act 1932. As far as limited liability partnership are concerned, there was a Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008. Okay, and finally, to govern the insolvency of the companies, there used to exist multiple pieces of act to deal with it. Learners, please understand it. Firstly, there was Companies Act 2056, which was later replaced by Companies Act 2013, which govern the insolvency and winding up of a body corporate. As far as companies are concerned, there was Companies Act 1956. There are a lot of provisions in Companies Act 1956 about the insolvency and winding up a company. Later, a new Company Act is passed in 2013. Also, in the new Companies Act 2013, there was a chapter which is called Winding Up. All provisions relating to winding up has been added in the chapter Winding Up. But now the picture is different. Learners, I have already told you that now the chapter Winding Up has been deleted from the Companies Act 2013. Only almost 90% of the portions of the chapter Winding Up has been deleted. Now the compulsory winding up by the National Company Law Tribunal has been added in the Companies Act 2013. All other sections have been deleted. Okay. For the winding up of companies, there was another act in 1985 that is known as Sikh Industrial Companies Act. To enable the winding up of Sikh industries, there was an act which is known as Sikh Industrial Companies Act of 1985. Likewise, recovery of debt due to bank or financial institutions act 1993. There was an act in 1993. And the government of India has also passed an act in 2002 that is known as Surface Act 2002. Surface Act 2002, likewise Sikh Industry Act, all acts are related with the winding up of companies. But the multiplicity of acts do not help the companies for the successful winding up, as well as the banks and financial institutions could not recover non-performing assets. In that juncture, Government of India had decided to formulate a new act. That new act is known as Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. In India, there were a lot of institutions which are related with the insolvency. Those institutions were known as insolvency related institutions. What are the institutions? The Company Law Board, the High Court, the Debt Recovery Tribunal, the Board of Industry and Financial Reconstruction. But all those institutions could not help the relevant institutions to recover the debt. At that juncture, the Government of India had decided to bring a new act to enable the speedy liquidation winding up of joint stock companies. Okay. There was a lot of problems before the enactment of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. What are the problems? Extremely overlapping, intricate and very complicated act. It took companies 4 to 5 years to dissolve their operations. That means the Companies Act 2013 and the Surface Act 2002, like-minded acts do not help the joint stock companies for a speedy winding up. For a speedy winding up, they felt a need of new act. Therefore, Government of India has passed an act that is known as Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. A need was felt to devise an efficient and consolidated legal framework that can consolidate all laws related to insolvency and bankruptcy of different entities in the country, and at the same time can bring in stability in the financial system by tackling the problem of non-performing assets, NPS. The code is expected to resolve the NPA crisis and the resultant slowdown in the availability of credit in the economy. On the one hand, the code has been considered a game changer and considerably improved India's ease of doing business rankings in the World Bank report. Okay, thank you. We may continue it in another session.